and other media channels are joining us through these feeds, and we salute other media covering the special guest of honor today. Distinguished invited guests, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Eugenia Abu. I warmly welcome you to the Presidential Commissioning of the newly constructed residence of His Excellency the Vice President. Your Excellency, sir, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, a house is a cold, distant place where we come at the end of our workday to sleep. That's a house. It's often always mechanical. A home, on the other hand, is a warm, welcoming place that prioritizes family, engenders peace of mind, and is a storehouse of memories. Today, we gather here as part of projects commissioned in the FCT to commemorate the one-year anniversary of His Excellency, Mr. President. We are commissioning today, Your Excellencies, a home to be commissioned by His Excellency, Mr. President, an abode for Mr. Vice President, a beautiful home, bequeathed is hope renewed. Under the belt of the current FCT administration, led by FCT Minister Ezenwo Nyesom Wike, we gather here today as Mr. President commissions this residence for the number 2 citizen. This grandiose all-white residence will become home to His Excellency Mr. Vice President and his family. A home, a place to come for work, for rest, and for family. A living, thriving space. In order to bring us up to date with the background of this project, here is a man, an engineer himself, a family man, who aligns with his boss, the FCT Minister's vision in infrastructural development for the FCT. Please help me welcome the ES of the FCDA, who would come and give us a project overview.
Thank you very much, my sister Eugenia. Your Excellency, the President, Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, Federal Republic of Nigeria, here ably represented by the Vice President, Senator Kashim Shettima, GCON. Your Excellency, the President of the Senate, the National Assembly, Federal Republic of Nigeria, distinguished Senator Godswill Akpabio, GCON, Your Excellency, the Deputy Senate President, distinguished Senator Jibrin Barau, other distinguished members of the National Assembly here present, Your Excellency, my boss and leader, the Honorable Minister of FCT, Barrister Ezenwo Nyesom Wike, CON, the Honorable Minister of State FCT, Dr. Maria Mahmoud, other members of the Federal Executive Council here present. Your Excellency, permit me to stand on the well-established protocol to say, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, a very good afternoon. Your Excellency, you are today here yet to commission one of the projects completed and presented for commissioning by our one and only Mr. Project, the Honorable Minister of FCT, Barrister Ezenwo Nyesom Wike. And this project, I don't know, there's nothing that could have been better than the man himself coming to represent Mr. President to officially commission the resident, which is meant to be the official resident of the Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. And that is what we are presenting today. The design and construction of the official residence for the Vice President was conceived to provide a befitting accommodation for the Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, along with his support staff and other complementary facilities necessary for the effective functioning of an official residence of the Vice President. The scope of work that is packaged under this contract consists or involves the development of about 15 units of blocks. The main building, of course, there is a provision for an office for the Second Lady and the residence for the ADC and CSO, places of worship, a mosque and a chapel, as well as other domestic staff quarters. Then there are behind us utility facilities for standby powerhouse, water treatment, and of course garages or car parking for public and the VIPs. There are also provision for recreational facilities, and then of course what we have seen around the general landscaping and other fortification which is required of a residence of this high involvement. I want, for the purpose of the location we're talking about, I do not intend and I don't have the mandate to give the details of what is contained. I understand at the end of this, my boss and leader will be invited for a guided tour, and I think those who will have been on the presidential entourage will appreciate what is provided inside. But I can tell that the outline of these facilities can tell. Sometimes, about 7-8 months ago, we came into these premises with my minister and his entourage when he assumed office, and the site of what was regarded here as one of our abandoned projects made him to make a case that this project should be completed and delivered. We are glad today we are presenting this project for commissioning, and I thank you very much on behalf of staff and management of the FCDA for being given the privilege to partake in all the series of these projects that we are commissioning. Thank you very much, Your Excellency.
Your Excellency, I'd like to crave your indulgence to just mention those who would be accompanying His Excellency, Mr. President, in the guided tour, which would be given, of course, by the man who just unpacked the building for us by explaining what you would see. The Executive Secretary, FCDA, Engineer Shehu Hadi Ahmad. When that time comes, His Excellency, Mr. President, will be joined by His Excellency, the Senate President, His Excellency, the Deputy Senate President, the host ministers, Honorable Minister of the FCT, Honorable Minister of State FCT, all serving members of the National Assembly, all members of the Federal Executive Council here this morning, the Deputy Chief of Staff, as well as the representative of the construction giant, Julius Berger, Dr. Abdulaziz. These are the persons who would be coming along with Mr. President as they make their way into this absolutely stunning building for a guided tour. In the meantime, always at hand to support, always present to lend her voice to the multiple infrastructural project commissioning, always warm and welcoming. I now invite the Honorable Minister of State, FCT, Dr. Maria Mahmood, for her remarks. Please encourage her as she makes her way to the podium. Thank you very much.
Your Excellency, the President and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, Federal Republic of Nigeria, His Excellency Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, ably represented by the Vice President, Distinguished Senator Kashim Shettima, GCON, the Senate President, Distinguished Senator Godswill Akpabio, GCON, the Deputy Senate President, His Excellency Senator Jibril Barrow, CON, the Chairman, Senate Committee on Area Council and Ancillary Matters, Chairman, House Committee on FCT, the Chairman, House Committee on Area Council and Ancillary Matters, other members of the National Assembly that are here present, Honorable Minister of FCT, Barrister Izemoyel Sunwike, CON, ministers that are here, and all other members of the Federal Executive Council. Permit me to stand on the existing protocol. I extend our heartfelt gratitude to each one of you for gracing this momentous occasion, the inauguration of the Vice President's residence, the first since the relocation of capital to Abuja over 40 years ago. Today's occasion is a testament to what we can achieve when we have the right support and unwavering dedication to deliver on our set goals. We are therefore immensely honored to witness the realization of this magnificent establishment. This residence starts not only as a testament to the progress of our nation, but also as a symbol of our commitment to excellence. Mr. President, as we gradually get to the climax of the first phase of project inauguration across the FCT, permit me to say that the landscape of the Federal Capital Territory has changed tremendously, courtesy of the new captain who is piloting us to the destination of the renewed hope agenda. His Excellency, Honorable Minister FC Barrister Yelson Wiki. We thank you, Mr. Project, for inspiring, motivating, and guiding us to achieve a shared vision. And to Mr. President, we thank you most sincerely for giving us a set goal getter. Our sincere appreciation also got out to all the members of the Federal Executive Council, members of the 10th National Assembly, especially the leadership of FCT, Area Council and Ancillary Matters, and also the FCDA Executive Secretary and his team. The construction firm, whose presence has added immense significance to this event. We extend our deepest gratitude to Julius Berger for their remarkable vision and expertise in bringing this architectural marvel to life within a short period of time. Lastly, to all our esteemed guests who have joined us today, your presence have made this occasion truly a memorable one. As we embark on this new chapter, may this residence serve as a beacon of hope, progress, and unity for our beloved nation. I thank you once again. May Almighty bless all of us. Thank you very much.
The Honorable Minister of State delivering her remarks and giving her thankfulness to His Excellency Mr. President for the unparalleled support. May I crave the indulgence of His Excellency, the President's representative, once more to announce those who would be accompanying His Excellency the President into the residence for a guided tour. We're going to have with us all National Assembly members, all serving National Assembly members, all members of the Federal Executive Council, and of course, from the top-ranking position of the Senate President and the Deputy Senate President, the Deputy Chief of Staff will also be in attendance, all members of the Federal Executive Council, and also the Julius Berger team, the Managing Director Julius Berger, represented by the Director of Administration, Dr. Abdulaziz Isa Keita, and the Regional Head for Abuja. These are the persons that are going to be accompanying Mr. President into this residence. There will be no press. There will be no coverage. This is the official residence of His Excellency, the Vice President. Is a private space. Those who are going to be given the privilege to come along with him are those that have been so carefully chosen. I'd like to advise that we have no press and we have no coverages, no media. Your Excellency, Mr. President, sir, yesterday evening I went to Asokoro and I was completely blown away. The outer Southern Expressway, Muhammadu Yusufu Expressway, the road outlay, reminiscent of something from a movie, arrived my headspace with excitement. Smooth uptake of a road, well-lit streets. The approach to Asokoro has received an amazing facelift, and I almost didn't recognize where I was. Your Excellency, I'm talking about one of the roads recently commissioned by His Excellency, Mr. President, from rail to roads, from ring roads to arterial roads and completion of roads. His Excellency, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has shown the FCT unparalleled support in the last 7 days. Today is number 8 in a series of well-thought-out project deliveries. Your Excellency, and for the man for whom the accolades are well-deserved, along with his team, a former local government chairman, a former minister, and a former governor, the current FCT Minister and our chief host today, Ezenwo Nyesom Wike. Please help me welcome him.
Your Excellency, Mr. President, ably represented by the Vice President, Senator Chiba, Your Excellency, the Senate President, Your Excellency, the Deputy Senate President, the Chairman Senate Committee, the Area Council, South Auxiliary Matters, Chairman, House Committee on FCT, Chairman, House Committee on Area Council, South Auxiliary Matters, Vice Chairman, Senate Committee, my dear brother, on FCT, Minister of State, FCT, my dear colleagues, Minister of State, Petroleum, Minister of State, Water Resources and Sanitation, Minister of State Police, my dear sister, and my younger brother, Minister of State Defense, other members of National Assembly that are here, the representatives of the chairman of our Progressive Congress, who is the zonal chairman of APC in the South-South, Mandate Secretaries, Permanent Secretaries, Head of Service, Chief of Staff, our dear leaders, traditional rulers who are here, gentlemen of the press, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. President, let me again, on behalf of the Federal Capital Territory Administration, most sincerely welcome you to FCT for the 8th time. I want to sincerely thank you for honoring our invitation. This is the 8th time, and I please continue to pray that it's only remaining tomorrow, which will be the 9th day. I pray by the grace of God, Mr. President will complete the assignment tomorrow, which is uncommon to have given FCT 9 days to inaugurate the various projects which is sponsored and which was given support by the National Assembly. I want to sincerely thank you that we are not taking it for granted, but that the support you've given us, and that is what has made us to be here, to be here today. Your Excellency, this project was awarded in 2010. 2010. Vice President's residence, 2010. 14 years ago. That is when we are commissioning the Vice President's residence. It was awarded at a cost of 7 billion in 2010. I was abandoned in 2015. It was in January this year that we had a revised budget to make it 21 billion, which is from 7 billion to additional 14 billion. A country that's for a vice president's residence that will take 14 good years. And then Mr. President has come. Within a year, he has made it to be a reality. And we talk about hope. Look at the hope. A vice president residence, federal government, Nigeria, the giant of Africa, awarded a contract for number 2 citizen to reside, to do his work 14 years ago. 7 billion naira. As a country, we cannot, within even 1 year, pay 7 billion to finish vice president residence, where he will settle down and do his work. May God continue to bless Bola Ahmed Tinubu for knowing that if you don't stay in a good environment, you can't put in your best. Environment affects productivity. Environment affects efficiency. By the time you go in here and see what is provided, I'm sure Mr. Vice President will be more encouraged to do more work than where he stays now. Like he has said, everything here is provided. Everything. Mr. President, I was talking with the Senate President yesterday, and he told me, when are we building the Senate President residence? He said he was coming here today to see the Vice President residence, and so that we must provide for the Senate President residence. I said, well, Mr. Senate President, you are the one who has a knife, you are the one who has a yam. Well, if you give me money, I'm ready. Any day, anytime. Put it, the money in the budget. We can deliver within 1 year. As far as the funds are there. But I want to thank Julius Berger. When we came on board on the 21st of August, this was one of the projects. If we were here, it was Bush. And we said, look, I went to President, I said, Mr. President, how can we allow a vice president resident to be that? Okay, look at criminals have taken over the place. And we are talking about fighting criminals. Let us go. And Mr. President said, look, go and make sure that that project is completed. I want my vice president to stay in a comfortable environment. Everything we did there, the security agencies were all involved. National Security Advisor, DGSSS, IG Police, all of them were all involved, taking into consideration the security. So I'm happy that Julius Berger met the target. Of course, they couldn't have met the target if there's nothing on ground. Mr. President, the Senate President, members of the House, I want to thank you that you provided this in the national budget, and the money was released to them, to us, and we also have paid Julius Berger. and they said they were going to complete this on record time, and they did it. Jonas Berger, I want to thank you most sincerely. I said this because I was governor. From 2019, my second term, from 2019, capacity matters a lot. For 2019, they did 12 flyovers, 2019 to 2023. I have never seen people, when once you put the money on ground for them, go home and sleep. And they don't need supervision. They don't need supervision, they will do it. So I thank you that you did not fail us. The only one you have failed us is my official residence. So they put concentration in the VPs. I say, yes, do VPs will leave my own. My own can come in next 1 year. I found the VP stay in a comfortable place to do his work, to tell us what to do. We have no problem. I'm sure VP will not be going to office because what is available here is like doing your work from here. Anything anybody wants, they can come here. I thank you so much for the funds Mr. President has provided. So on that note, this, I want to, let me not forget, last night, no, this morning, around 1 a.m., I was going around the Bola Ahmed Tinubu way. Yes, come. Go and tell Setraco. This early morning, 1 a.m., I was going around. They put on the street light in that Bola Ahmed Tinubu way. Tell them that is unacceptable to us. So you better tell them, if that happens again, I'm going to blacklist them. They won't get any job as far as the FCT is concerned. You can't go and commission a road and name after Mr. President. And then after that, you can put off the light. I will not accept it. So they think that we won't go around. 1 a.m. I was going around to see what was going on. And so we will not accept that at all. We will not accept that. And let other companies also know that don't just think that after commissioning, you go and put off the light. You must hand over the road to FCDA and then let us manage it by ourselves. Mr. President, I hereby invite you to talk to us for you to commission the Vice President's residence. Thank you and God bless you.
Kindly sit down, please. The Chairman, National Assembly Commission, the President of the Senate, the Uncommon Distinguished Senator Goswill Abbott Akpabio, the Deputy Senate President, Distinguished Senator Barrow Ibrahim Jibrin, the Chairman, Senate Committee on FCT Area Councils, Distinguished Senator Jim Kota, the Chairman, House Committee on the FCT, Right Honorable Muftari Betara Aliu, the Chairman, House Committee on FCT Area Councils and Ancillary Matters, Right Honorable Fred Agbedi, Honorable Member Representative of Anliku Constituency, Cross River State, Right Honorable Peter Akpanke, other members of the National Assembly present here, and I most recognize the member of the House of Reps representing Abuja FCT South, Honorable Abdulrahman Ajia. Our chief host, Mr. Projects, my very good friend, my brother, Barrister Nyesom Wike, the Honorable Minister of State for the FCT, Dr. Mariam Mahmoud, the Honorable Minister of State, Water Resources and Sanitation, Honorable Bello Muhammad Goronyo, the Honorable Minister of State, Police Affairs, Honorable Iman Suleiman, His Excellency Bello Matole Maradun, the Honorable Minister of State, Defense, senior political aides to the President, Directors General, heads of extra ministerial agencies and parastatals of government, the Executive Secretary of the FCDA, Engineer Shehu Hadi, other management and staff of the FCD and FCDA, traditional and religious leaders present, my very good friends, Senator Tenimu Philip Aduda and Senator Mao Ohwabunwa, the representative of Julius Baja Construction Company, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. Once again, we are here to commission another landmark project executed by the one and only Nyesom Wike. I am truly delighted to be here today for the commissioning of the official residence of the Vice President. This is the 9th in the series of projects completed by the FCT administration under the dynamic and focused leadership of Barrister Nyesom Wike. The actions of the FCT Minister and his dedication to duty are indeed remarkable, and he stands as a shining example of what a public officer should be. As Victor Hugo rightly said, nothing else in the world, not all the armies, is so powerful as an idea whose time has come. Nyesom Wike is an idea whose time has come. It's a force of nature coming out by 1 a.m. to inspect projects. It's a testimony to the quality of leadership we are having in the FCD. And what you see is essentially what you get. He shoots straight from the hip, but most importantly, he's a doer, he's a performer. I think at the behest of the President, you should stand and take a bow, Honorable Minister. The President is mightily proud of you. He is proud of your achievements, he is proud of your commitments, and he is proud of your loyalty. And as we commission this state-of-the-art edifice as the official residence of the Vice President, we are fulfilling a long-standing commitment and reaffirming our unwavering dedication to accountability, transparency, and the efficient utilization of resources for the betterment of our nation. I hold a very strong opinion that abandoning projects after substantial expenditures have been incurred is inherently wasteful, and it is in the best interest of the government and the public to see them through to completion. I therefore once again want to express my gratitude to the FCT administration for taking up the responsibility and feel duty bound to complete this project to avoid the wastage of taxpayers' money. The decision to complete this project after going through the required due process is highly commendable. Your dedication, professionalism, and unwavering commitment to excellence are a testament to the resilience and spirit of the Nigerian people. It is no secret that this project had faced numerous challenges over the years, including delays and abandonment by previous administrations. However, rather than dwell on past shortcomings, we have chosen to seize this opportunity to demonstrate our resolve to confront obstacles head-on and deliver on the promises made to the Nigerian people in line with our renewed hope agenda, which has the completion of inherited projects as one of its cardinal objectives. Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, the provision of a suitable residence for the Vice President is not merely a matter of convenience. It is a symbol of respect for the office and the individual who occupies it. The completion of this project is a testimony to the respect and affection that the President has for the Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Spiro Agnew said, "I hate all vices, including the office of the Vice President. It's the most derided is the most sensitive of positions, but we have to give it to the president. He treats me with absolute decorum, respect, and inclusivity. It is a reflection of our commitment to providing our leaders with the tools and resources they need to effectively discharge their duties and serve the Nigerian people with integrity and dedication. As we celebrate this achievement today, let us also reflect on the broader significance of our efforts. The completion of the Vice President residence is not just about building a physical structure. It is about laying a foundation for a more efficient and effective government. It is also about creating an environment where our leaders can focus on the important work of governance without distraction or inconvenience. Yes, this project has been completed, but we have to give it to the FCT Minister. He had earlier on completed 8 projects for public good. This one is not also the private residence of the Vice President, it's the official residence of the Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, where he is going to host visiting delegations from other nations, and how we treat our leaders is a reflection of who we are. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu deserves special recommendation. We have seen how vice presidents were treated in the past. The present dispensation is a different ball game. In conclusion, I want to use this opportunity to reaffirm my administration's unwavering commitment to the principles of accountability, transparency, and good governance. We will continue to prioritize the needs of the Nigerian people above all else and work tirelessly to build a nation that we can all be proud of. Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, on that note, it is my honor and privilege to commission the design and constructed residence of the Vice President to the glory of Almighty God and service to humanity. Thank you, and may God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria. National anthem, the national anthem. Okay.
His Excellency has spoken. No aids and security should come along except for the Vice President and thank you. As His Excellency makes his way, no security except for the Senate President, the Vice President, and the Deputy Senate President can go with him. The aides of the Vice President, yes. So only those, including the APC National Chair's representative, will accompany Mr. Vice President. No security aides of ministers should go along in this trip. Thank you very much. This event stands closed, except for the guided tour, and the names have been reeled out of those who would accompany His Excellency the President.
Welcome back from the live telecast. We'll now continue with our regular programs. Stay tuned. Welcome back from the live telecast. We'll now continue.
New level. Introducing TVC Breakfast Weekend Edition, your ultimate source of thrilling sports updates, insightful political analysis, and captivating entertainment news. Stay in the know with what's